If you remember the Apophis asteroid, you can see how close it will get if you go to... You can see how close it will get if you go to Eye on the solar system and set the date to April 13th, 2029. Well, it's not going to hit us, so I don't care how close it gets. Fuck it. But that was an interesting read when we went over that. Okay, wait. Hold on, there's a new headline. NASA launches mission to intercept God of Chaos asteroid before it scratches Earth's orbit. What the fuck kind of headline is that? Oh, Jesus, thank you again for another 20 gift subs, Iceblood. Thank you for the generosity. I'm not setting up a fucking account for this. Wait, this one says it's the Demon of Chaos. Which one's the correct one? Looks like God of Chaos. A NASA spacecraft recently returned from deep space has been relaunched for a mission to study the God of Chaos asteroid as it begins to near Earth's orbit. The agency's spacecraft OSIRIS-REx, now named OSIRIS-APEX, has been set off to study the asteroid Apophis' extremely close flyby of Earth in 2029, the likes of which hasn't happened since the dawn of recorded history. Well, I wasn't worried about it before, but reading this, I'm starting to get a little concerned. The God of Chaos, huh? Apophis, known as the God of Chaos, is expected to fly by Earth on April 13th, 2029, only about 20,000 miles away, closer than some man-made satellites, and could even be visible in the Eastern Hemisphere. That would be the most terrifying thing imaginable. You're just hanging out outside. Maybe you're coming back from playing a little pickup ball with the boys, and you look up and you're like, oh my god, it's a fucking asteroid. That would be terrifying. They ruled it basically has no chance of impact. Well, that's what I read last time. But now, reading these headlines that they have a mission to intercept the God of Chaos, it's like, well, are we sure there's no chance? The rock, which measures about 370 yards across, only comes this close to Earth every 7,500 years. Earth's gravity will affect the space rock as it nears orbit, and OSIRIS-APEX will study the aftermath to see how its surface changes. The effects of Earth are expected to change the length of the asteroid's day, which is currently around 30.6 hours. It could also cause the God of Chaos to experience landslides and quakes. Apophis is a giant cobra, and the Egyptian demon god of chaos, the sun god Ra, fights him every night after the sun goes down. Oh, that's the lore. Okay. Well, I can't watch it on stream. Damn it. I'll just check it out at some point, though. God, Jesus Christ, Iceblood. Thank you for another big drop. What the fuck? Thank you for the generosity. I really hope you're having a good holiday season, Ice. We know that tidal forces and the accumulation of rubble pile material are foundational processes that could play a role in a planet formation. They could inform how we got from debris in the early solar system to full-blown planets. The spacecraft will meet the S-type asteroid on April 13, 2029, but will not land on it. Rather, operate in proximity to it for 18 months. Not only will it look at surface changes, but it will map the surface and analyze the rock chemical makeup. Thanks for the membership, Zach. It will also go within 16 feet of the rock's surface so it can fire its thrusters downward to see what stirs up, giving scientists a peek at the material that lies below. Although the rock is still 5 years away from Earth, scientists will be watching as it nears its first of 6 close passes with the sun. Thanks to the resub Cougar and Prelax. Cigarette duet, huh? Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it, Aiden. I appreciate the big 50 drop, though. I I don't know which Zach you're talking about, but I'm sure they're extremely handsome. Thanks to the resub. Pain. Sock and the Prime. Cryptic. Earth server shutting down. I hope not. 2029, that's way too early. Florida won't even be underwater by then. What a shame that would be. If it was confirmed to hit in 2029, what would you do with your last 5 years on Earth? Probably find a way to get off Earth. I don't know. Thanks, Prime Topaz. I wouldn't just, like, wait for it. And I wouldn't do, like... I mean, I'd, of course, do things I've always wanted to do but was afraid to, like go to Japan and all that. But I'd also just try and find ways to survive. I wouldn't just, like, you know, put it in the books. I'd be like, all right, there's got to be a way. Thanks to resub Karina. And they give sub Dirty Dan. You're afraid of Japan? I'm afraid of flying. Yeah, I guess I said that wrong. I'm afraid of flying, which prevents me from going to Japan. Bro just wants teleportation. Absolutely, who doesn't? That'd be the best invention we'd ever come up with. Teleportation would be the handiest thing imaginable. I couldn't think of a more important discovery. Thanks to the gift sub Momiu. And the resub Gina. Well, I'm glad it was comforting in some way. You jump right at impact so you wouldn't die. Oh, you'd get iframes. So when the asteroid hits, you'd survive. Interesting. But I feel like it'd be a lingering hitbox. It's not just going to be the impact itself. It'll be everything that comes after. So you probably wouldn't be able to outlast the hitbox. I have not seen Saltburn. And thanks to the Prime Jeremy. And Chewy. I really feel like we have to have the ability to destroy an asteroid, right? They can't be that strong. It's just a fucking rock. It's just a space rock. It doesn't even have conscious thought. It's not even sentient. I feel like we could absolutely just blow it up. Nuke it. Maybe a giant laser. We already redirected an asteroid with DART. Did we? I feel like that... Actually, that does sound familiar. I feel like I read about that. Thanks, Montana. This year, an asteroid came as close as 17,000 miles. This one is 22,000 miles. Thanks to Resub-Zio and the Prime Cookie. Is that right? I saw that video got posted. I haven't watched that one, though. I just saw the title. It'd be really handy if we could, like, slow it down and just bring it to Earth and just harvest it. I imagine you get so much good materials from that shit. Maybe what we need is a giant net to catch it. And, like, gently bring it in. Or even don't even bring it in. Just keep it in orbit and mine it. That's what they tried to do in Don't Look Up. Yeah, they did it wrong, though. They should have had me theorize how to slow down the asteroid. I've got a good idea. A giant pitcher's glove, or catcher's glove. Giant mitt. Just let it blast into it. Yeah, I saw... Well, I didn't see him talking about it, Matthew, but I heard that there's talk of a director's cut, and I just have to wonder why. Just release the good version of the movie the first time, and it wouldn't be an issue. There's no material strong enough to catch an asteroid moving at 10,000 meters per second. Well, what do you know? I'm sure we have something. Maybe like a giant diamond net. Diamonds are like really strong. Or maybe we slow it down with a few nukes. Like we blast it a couple times and it's like, ooh, shit. And it starts pumping the brakes. Have you played Drunk Wrestlers 2? No, I've not. I think it's a tier 1 Lorathius. If you nuke it, then the nuke rocks would still fall on us, which is why we have tinier little gloves out there catching those before they get to Earth. Basically, what I'm setting up is Earth with just a bunch of giant mitts. Like I'm putting us in a bubble. Would you rather have teleportation or the Force? Stupid question. Teleportation. Why would I care about the Force? Teleportation is so much more useful. The asteroid that killed the dinosaurs was 6 miles wide. I'm pretty sure this one wouldn't be the end of the world. 370 yards big is still large. That would do substantial damage. Like you still wouldn't want that. Yeah, it's on there somewhere, Montana. I just don't know where it is. I heard that there's new material made out of human DNA and glass that's 4 times stronger than steel and 5 times as light. I'm not sure, though. I haven't heard anything about that. It sounds like you were watching anime or something. Human DNA and glass? How do those two even mix? Imagine a meteor hitting Yellowstone. That would be a worst case scenario. Yeah, for sure. Thanks to the resub, Pirate. So what's the plan if Florida suddenly goes under? Underwater or hit by an asteroid? Because if I'm hit by an asteroid, I don't have a whole lot of planning time. But underwater, I have time. Florida will eventually be underwater. That's going to happen. And my plan for when that happens is I'll just go a little up north.